Yo, this is crazy. Did y'all hear how Miss Nell's stepdaughter tried to say she was a side chick? So basically she tried to say Miss Nell took Chris Fletcher from her mom. And I don't know how I feel about this situation because I do want to give validation to that possibly being the case. But Miss Nell's defending herself and she's like, I was not a side chick. And truly only Chris Fletcher knows if he was dibbling and dabbling, having his foot in two different homes at the same time. But it's also sad that, Chris's daughter still feels this way after so many years. And I get it. People also brought up the fact that it's possible that Miss Nell's stepdaughter is probably feeling a little bit of what her mom feels. And it's possible that her mom's bitterness is rubbing off on her daughter. And I'm not trying to say if it's right or if it's wrong or if that's the case or not, but I can still see, women sometimes some women have a hard time getting over quote unquote betrayal or a man leaving them. It's the same thing that I got from Kiwa and Maurice and Kimmy's situation. And it also, I don't know, it touches my heart. And someone made a perfect comment on this article with urbanbellmag.com. And it was just like how men need to think about the repercussions of breaking up a family. Not to say that Chris had to stay with his first or second wife and didn't have to move on with this new lady. But I don't know, sometimes blended families can be complicated. And, sometimes the previous kids may feel a little way about the newer kids and how they're getting taken care of and they feel left out or they didn't have the same opportunities or afforded the same type of lifestyle. So it's like I get it, but at the same time, I do feel as though that perhaps Lexi, Miss Nell's stepdaughter, and Chris's daughter could be doing this for a little notoriety. Because, like I said, I just feel like I don't know he been with Miss Nell for so long, and I guess what they say is not true. Time does not heal all wounds. You really can still feel a certain type of way after so many years, and I get that. If anything, if it's not addressed and healed, the wound is just going to get bigger and bigger. And if somebody even touches it a little bit, it's like World War III as far as the pain goes. So, I don't know what to think about this situation, but I do want to know how you guys feel. Do you guys feel like possibly Miss Nell could be a side chick, or is it really the fact that Lexi is bitter? Because it could go either way. Like I said, the only person that truly knows if there was any overlap or overlay would be Chris. And I feel like at this point in his life, he's going to probably side with Nell and cover his tracks. Same thing I feel like Maurice is doing with Kimmy. I'm not gonna say where there's smoke, there's fire because Miss Nell seemed like an upstanding lady, but I don't know. Is it bad that I want to be? Well, who knows what my situation would end up with? But now I see why some people don't want to be with people that had previous kids and things like that because it can get a little messy. Yeah, but not to say it can't work either. Anything is possible. But I want y'all to hear what Lexi said, and then I also want you guys to hear what Miss Nell's response to the whole ordeal and situation is. She said it's going to be addressed in season two. I mean, not season two, and the next season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. So I guess we'll stay tuned for that. But man, let's take a listen.
Realized she was not going to take him back. They got divorced, and then he married his side. He married Lernell.
Miss Nell don't roll like that. Miss Nell ain't playing no side chick for nobody. Okay, that's just not how it go.
Now, although Miss Nell may not have been a side chick, I can kind of possibly believe that there was some overlap as far as when he has relationship with his first wife, Lexi mom, and then Miss Nail. Like I could kind of see how that is possible. Usually only the man knows what he's doing and probably truly can verify the dates like that. But of course, he may cover up his tracks or whatever. But it wouldn't be surprising if there was some overlap because to me, I believe Miss Nail. She probably wasn't no side chick, but I don't know. I don't know, y'all. So if y'all don't know, Chris Fletcher from Love and So Chris Fletcher from Love and Marriage Huntsville, oldest daughter Lexi, did an interview online saying that Miss Nell was a side chick, y'all. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is getting juicy. Their storyline is actually very interesting. Like I would like to hear more about this. And especially when it comes down to blended families. I feel like especially in this generation, this time period, a lot of us experience blended familyness and things like that. It's almost, I don't know, the norm. I don't know if that's good or bad when when I say it like that, but it's almost like the norm. So it's definitely a relatable story. And I can understand Lexi's hurt as well. And like people have mentioned, it could be a little bitterness of what she heard from her mom being passed down to her because no one wants to be left in the dark or no one wants to like probably leave a person and then they go off and then be all successful and then later on be on a hit TV show. Well, actually, I feel like I would want that. If I'm done with you, I'm done with you. I don't care if you go to the moon, sky's the limit for you, or you stay like an average person. It's cool either way, but I actually would not care. So sometimes I do feel like when people bring up the past about side chicks and this and that, it's because maybe they still want that person. If that person was doing you dirty and cheated on you, who cares at this point? I don't know. I wouldn't even want to put myself out there to say that, someone decided to cheat on me. I would just take my L and move on. So a part of it could be the fact that with Chris being on TV, because like I was going to say, basically I want to do this video because it made me think. You know how they say when you get money, it don't change you, but it changes the people around you. I could kind of feel the same way about TV. Like I said before, with Martell and Coleslaw. I really feel like she would not be playing the side chick, the side woman, the coleslaw, the side dish, the second baby, none of that if Martell was not on TV. No one, it's to me, it's like she's getting clout off the situation. And I could say the same thing about the situation with Miss Nell, Chris, and their oldest daughter and Miss Nell's stepdaughter. I can see that happening. And I'm pretty sure why now all of a sudden, why all this is coming out all of a sudden when you literally could have just had your piece years prior. But now all of a sudden you want to have interviews and things like that only because of the show. Now Lexi has a right to tell her story. I'm not saying she doesn't, but I feel like, I don't know, trying to make it seem like your stepmom was a side chick is because you feeling a little type of way. That's just what I think about it. It's definitely something there because if they had a good relationship, she wouldn't be saying this about her stepmom. Even if it was true, we would cover the people we love. So they have a lot going on with them. So, what do you guys think about the situation? I don't want to say who's wrong or right. It's definitely a storyline here. It's definitely a lot that I want to talk about or hear about. So, I'm looking forward to seeing them next season. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do not forget to like this video, share, and subscribe if you are not. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.